Okay, we're looking at Common Core Geometry, Module 2, looking at some things in Lesson 3. We have a few options here. It looks like we're talking about using a set square to go ahead and construct some things. So a couple of different ways we can do set square. I had a document over here where I inserted my own picture, so just a picture of a right triangle you can get anywhere that you can use as your set square. If you go ahead and do that, you might want to set up something here and mark as an angle so it's kind of easy to rotate it around so that you can get it to line up with your lines like you, got too many things selected here, like you would want to. If I unselect, just select that. I could use my up and down arrows too on the keyboard just to kind of make sure I'm moving in a straight up and down path. And really, the set square, you just kind of try and line it up and get things kind of close. So like I said, one way to do it, copy a triangle, paste it in, and then you have a little bit of trouble though if you want to rotate it. So I really have to pick a point of rotation, and like I said, I like to use this mark angle so that I can just easily kind of rotate my picture around. Or if you want to have an alternative method, you can go ahead and construct your own right triangle. If you want to, you can even make it one of your tools, but we'll just go ahead and try that first. So I'm just going to go ahead and start out with a segment. Then I want to go ahead and draw a perpendicular line from that segment, say passing through this point. So I'll go ahead and use my construct menu. I'll use shortcuts because really I just want to get my triangle constructed. So perpendicular line, I'm going to pick any point on that line, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my segment tool, and I will connect the rest of these segments. I don't need this huge line, so I'm just going to click deselect everything, collecting in white space, select that original perpendicular line. I'll go to display and hide that line because I just want a segment. I'll try it again. Display, hide perpendicular line, and then I'll just go ahead and complete this segment. So that gives me a right triangle that I can use as a set square. And something I like about this method is I can just go ahead and rotate things around on my own just by dragging some of the points. I also think this is going to be easier to move up and down though if I actually select all three of my vertices of this triangle. Looks like I have all three. And if I go ahead and construct the triangle interior, because then I'd have no problem moving it up and down and lining it up with lines if I do that. So I really think it's much easier if you do that. And I can still use my arrows on the keyboard to use the set square up and down. So just looking at lesson 3, the first example on page 45, it asked me to construct a parallelogram given line AB. So I'll move my set square over to the side. I'll just go ahead and create a line AB. And I will go ahead and create a point C that they have up here somewhere. Over here it looks like. And let's go ahead and turn on some labels. Here's A, here's B, here's C. And really the first thing I think I have to do is I have to measure. And if you're doing it obviously with paper, you'd use your compass. You just go ahead and set the distance and you know the distance. But I can't do that. I have to go ahead and click on segment AB right here. I'll go to the measure option and choose length, so it's going to tell me how long that is. I need to make a segment going through C about the same length, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select point C. I'm going to select the length that I need to line, and I'm going to go to construct, circle by center and radius, so I know I need a segment that's somewhere on that circle. And then to find out where that is, I can just go ahead and click off, so I don't have anything. I'm going to pick up my set square. Might be a little large, but that's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and actually just line it up with AB so that the AB and this line pretty much line up. Then I'm just going to use my click up arrow. I'm just going to go ahead until I line this up with point C. And then I'm going to go ahead and draw a segment from point C onto the circle so that I know that they're the same length. And then I can go ahead and select the segment tool, and I can just go ahead and complete the parallelogram. I'll go ahead and take my, it's on the triangle. Didn't want to do that. All right, I'm just going to delete that segment. I'll just make a new segment that actually goes from A to C. And then I go ahead and I have my parallelogram. Oh, I got rid of my triangle interior as well. Alright, so that's back again in case I need it again in a few minutes. I'll label point D. I I could hide this circle if I'd like, or I could go ahead and say that's my parallelogram. The only thing I don't like about doing things by this method is, as soon as I start moving things around, it's not a parallelogram anymore. But if AB was this way, I can go ahead and fix things. I can just go ahead and grab my set square. I can rotate it around. And this is why I like to use this triangle a little bit better. Rotate it around so that it lines up a little bit better here. And then maybe I'll, there we go. I'll go ahead and select it. I'm going to go ahead and move it up a little bit. And I'm going to slide it over to the right also, just using the arrow key so I know I'm staying perpendicular. And now I know D has to move along that line. So if I do that, I should have a parallelogram again. And if you want to do a little check, I'm just going to select point A. Oh, sorry, I'm going to select segment AB and point C, and I'm just going to go ahead and construct a parallel line. You can see how close I am. So it does look like it is parallelogram, and so that's how you can use the set square using the Sketchpad. All right, we'll do another one soon.